You got your Faith Over Everything shirt on.
I do.
That's
And guess
cute.
which one it is? That
The
crop
little
top one.
I was gonna say halter top. Wrong words. And you got matching with your little headband. That's cute. You cute. You cute. You cute. And welcome to our last review. Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh, yes, Lord. We ain't doing this ever again. Okay. No, I shouldn't say that.
We done made it through. Potomac ? Y'all. I told y'all we might not come back for Potomac right away. We might give it a few episodes and then jump in because I feel like we jumped in with Atlanta and we should not have. We should not have jumped in with Atlanta. Not with Atlanta.
And we could have did 6 episodes.
And did a whole list. And all that didn't happen was this.
5 episodes was talking about
it was like
old girl nephew.
7, 8. It was like 6. I remember I was like, if the 7th episode, 7th or 8th, it was way too much, y'all. Way too much. So
we made it. Never would,
girl. Yes. And we a whole week late because for some reason I had it in my head it was gonna be 3 reunions, but it wasn't. 3 parts. It didn't need to be. It didn't need to be. And I don't know why I thought it was gonna be that many parts, but it wasn't. But anywho, guys, welcome to Faith Over Everything's a View a Wednesday. I am one half of your host. My name is Angela Suggs.
And I am Jasmine Suggs.
And we are reviewing the reunion of season 15 of, in my opinion, one of the worst seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's my opinion. My opinion.
The worst one.
Absolutely. They could have kept it. And it's not even that I don't like it. Like I people on the crew was, I mean, not the crew, like the castmates, they weren't horrible. It's just they don't have good chemistry together. Yeah. Like, or they don't have enough going on in their lives right now for a TV show. Like, it just wasn't, it didn't give what it was supposed to give. Mm-hmm. However, we're going to jump right into it. There was 2 parts to the reunion. First part of the reunion, we're going to talk about the seating because I do try to do the seating. So it was Andy. And then on one side, well, if I'm doing him from this part, so it would be, what's this? This is my right side. So on my right side, it was Drew first, and then Kenya, and then Candy. And you guys might hear my kid in the background because this what happened. He didn't came in here, so it is what it is. And then on the left side, it was Sheree was first chair, and then Marlo, and then Sonia. Okay. Andy made a joke about Candy not being too booked and busy to be at the reunion. She was just like, okay, I'm like, don't do that. Y'all already know she booked and busy. Now, I will say I watched Candy speak on it. And she was talking about what was going on when she was filming the season. And she was like, y'all know, well, I didn't watch the show. But she was on the SWV and Escape show. She was like doing that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then she was also doing actual tours. Like, so she was on tour. Then they had their piano man in Broadway, whatever. So Candy had a lot going on. So it wasn't like she was just missing just to be missing. And she was saying that, production could have easily followed her and came with her to these things. But at the same time, she understands that it costs money to send production, on planes and whatever else. So
I would have shown if I was on production, I'd be like, yeah, let me follow her because she actually doing something with her life.
She's going places. She's doing things. Yeah, you ain't doing nothing but just over here making up fake beefs.
Right. Making up fake beefs, like, for real.
I'm like, anybody got time for that? So, yeah. So, Candy, she been booked and busy. She been doing stuff. So, or whatever. He made a joke. Sheree said she been having breathing issues. And so, she had went to go get to the doctor or whatever else and had a little tweak done to her nose. I'm like, girl... Now, I seen you in them.
More than a tweet.
Exactly. I didn't see you in them confessionals. You ain't looking like yourself. Marlo said she's trying to get into sample sizes and she taking shots. And I was like, what's she talking about? You know what she was talking about when she said she was taking some shots?
I guess them Botox shots. I don't know.
But I thought Botox was like your face. I don't know. So, yeah, it probably is some kind of, what is it?
I don't know.
Like cosmetic. It's some kind of cosmetic. 'Cause I think later on she said she had lipo. So maybe I don't. I just I don't have that type of money. Number one,
I
let's
don't.
clarify that. Number two, I just deal with what I got. Okay, I ain't trying to. It just is. You go get what you get. All right. That's just what it is. Sonya is 4.5 months pregnant.
Yay.
So yay, yay, yay. And she is due, or she's pregnant. Her due date is Christmas. So she's pregnant with the
Mhm.
Christmas baby. So loving like that way. She's still pregnant. So we are wishing her a healthy pregnancy, healthy delivery, healthy baby, healthy mommy, all of
Mhm.
those things. So then we jump into the reunion. We start off with Sheree. Um, So, speaking of Sheree and her looks, Candy and Drew did a speak on it where they talked about Sheree. In one of these pictures, she looked like Drew. So
Mhm.
they were like, oh, she kind of look like you. And Drew was like, oh, yeah, she's trying to look like me, yada, yada, woo, whatever. Sheree said that it was one of her worst pictures. She was like, well, that was just one picture, and that was my worst picture. So if you think you look like me at my worst, okay. Or if I look like you at my
The
worst, then
shade. Shots
okay.
fired all early on.
I was like, dang, like you see the picture? You telling me you don't look like Drew? Because she
Because
did
I
look like Drew
promise
in
you,
that
she did
picture.
look like Drew. I was just like, oh, that's Sheree? Because she was smaller and everything. Like, it just did not, it looked like,
Who's that?
I
Sheree
don't
who?
know. Right.
Sheree
I
that
just
wrote
was
that wrote
like,
into them later on in the show? Because that's not Sheree Whitfield. That ain't
oh my
no.
gosh.
Like, okay. Sheree then got a question because Andy be reading questions from viewers or allegedly. Sheree got a question about Martell. And if how she feel about him spreading his loving all around Huntsville or whatever. So now, all season he was my man, my man, my man. Okay, my
Mm.
man. Okay, I can't even get this surgery done
Mm.
because I can't go 6 weeks without having sex with
Right?
my man.
Right? Messing up my health
Girl,
for
these
that.
fibroids gonna have to stay. I'm gonna have to do it holistically because ain't no way I'm about to be out for 6 weeks.
Mm.
Girl. Now, she said that she has pulled away from him because she's always getting involved in his issues and his drama. Yeah, so now they're just, they still see each other, they still talk, but she's pulled away. Girl, you pulled away because you saw Huntsville,
Okay.
and that man ain't said nothing, saying nothing about you.
You've been on there one time.
And even then, he
one
wasn't
time
like claiming
only.
you.
One time only.
Yes, he was. He went. I mean, he went on the season a lot, but he definitely was on your show way more than you was on his show.
Mhm.
And you was my man and my man and my man, and he was telling everybody
Yeah.
you was just his friend.
He said, "You say she's just a friend."
Hey, and you say she, oh, Sheree, you don't have what he need because he is spreading it around to everyone in town. Oh, Sheree, you
Get it, girl. Get
need to
it.
get a new man. Kenya did not lie. She told you, like, well, Kenya lied. Well, that's not, Kenya didn't lie about you need a new man. That part she ain't lie about.
Oh
But
man.
listen, speaking of Kenya, she gets asked why she didn't tell Sheree about Martell sliding in her DMs. I think she asked, it might have been a question. Either way it goes, Sheree was like, yeah, that would have been something that you could have told me before she got serious with him. Kenya talking about something. It was irrelevant. It was irrelevant, Sheree, but it wasn't irrelevant
Like,
because I
still
would
make it irrelevant then. If it was irrelevant then, keep making it irrelevant now.
exactly. If it's irrelevant when I'm just talking to someone, if you don't think it's important, because in my mindset, if I ever talked to a man that I knew one of my friends might have liked or maybe had a past with or whatever, or not even that, no. If I knew that he had tried to talk to me or whatever else or whatever it was, I'm going to let her know, like, hey, that man, because I don't know where it's going to go. So before it goes
Mhm.
too far, let me tell you, he slid into my DMs if it's worth mentioning. However,
Mhm.
just like she said, it was irrelevant. It wasn't necessary. I didn't have to tell you anything because it didn't matter. So then why did you feel like once it got serious to tell me something? Like, girl, ugh,
Yeah.
stupid. Um, so then Sheree told Kenya, so when Kenya was saying that, all season long, how when she, or especially when she first had that incident with Martell, how she had to be that way because she had to match his energy because she ain't got no man with her. Sheree was like, well, girl, you don't got to meet the energy of a man if you just bring a man next time. Like, you don't got to do that. Just
Sheree be having them though. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Sheree be coming with them.
who was that? Candy. She was like, "Girl, who wrote your reads or who wrote with your
Who helped you with your reads this year, this season, or whatever she said?"
this
I'm like, she
reunion?" Like,
coming.
yeah,
She
she
coming
is.
with it.
Sheree was on it. Like, girl, listen, you ain't got to meet his energy if you just bring him in next time. Duh, problem solved. Like, So then, speaking of Kenya bringing a man, so then Andy was like, "Are you still going through your divorce?" And she's like, "Yes." So then that's when she mentioned that Mark had her in contempt because of partly, I forgot what the first reason was, but then she said then half of it stemmed as well from the scene when they were in Alabama. Is that where they were at?
Yeah.
Birmingham? I
Mm-hmm.
think they were in Alabama, and
Right.
Marlo and everybody was beating on the door. Well, she only blamed Marlo, even though everybody was there. Which I was like, why are
Mm-hmm.
you singling out Marlo? Like the whole cast wasn't
Girl.
outside your room. But
All
I
of that
guess,
seems like a joke anyway, because that nigga don't watch the show. He don't know
and
what you did.
and even if he did watch the show, nothing about that scene screamed my child was in danger. Whatever.
Girl.
Kenya
She
got on her
just
mommy mode and was like, "Get about from away from
exactly.
my door!" Like
Mm-hmm.
she didn't let
If
them in.
anything,
She
I
didn't do
felt
anything.
secure that my child was protected by their mother, by her
Yes,
mother.
her mama wasn't playing that. So
Mm-mm.
make it make sense,
And she
sir.
said, "I
Like,
will call the police. Get away from my door, or I'm calling the police." That's
exactly.
protecting my child. So
Exactly.
Mark don't watch your show. Y'all might as well just go ahead, go to counseling and just work it out. Like by
Just
now, like y'all
reconcile,
been
go to mediation.
right, like because it's just tiring. I'm just tired of y'all.
And y'all ain't even he ain't made no appearance on the show, ain't on the show. This man had been talked about more than everybody other outside of Ralph. This man, who else man? Who else got a
Okay,
man? Oh,
the
Todd,
only I was gonna say the only people that's really married is Sonya and Candy.
Candy, and Drew question mark.
Oh, I forgot about them.
Yeah, but they still married. So I mean, but it's like, girl, whatever. So she was like, yeah. So then she got to talking to Marlo, like, you gonna have to come to court. And then she brings out a subpoena. So then she give it to Andy. Andy, now this is what I think happened. I think Kenya thought Andy was gonna play along. Okay. She did not give Andy
The
the like
eye.
homework. Yeah, like, okay, Andy, look, we about to go on this set, right? I'm gonna give us a piece of paper. Just look at it and just there's something on the paper. Like, because that man said,
Not turning it around like something on the back of it. Like this, Kenya. Do you know what you
it's
gave
it's
me?
it's blank. She was like, what? He turned it. It's. I mean, he didn't have to open it but it was just like it's blank. She gonna say something. Oh, they must have gave me the wrong paperwork. So you didn't check it to see? You didn't,
Girl, she be
girl.
lying so much. Like I feel like her and Drew should be best friends because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, first of all, well, at least the ones that I've been seeing on TV, a subpoena you can't open it unless it's you. So how you know? How you just got a regular piece of paper? It's not in no
Girl,
envelope. Ain't no officer. Ain't nobody come over here. No
ain't nobody serve her.
representative.
I'ma serve you.
Nothing. Let me serve her, and I'm going to serve her. I'm going to serve her the real deal Holyfield. No, but again, that's every TV show that I don't watch. Every TV show, it's at least been in an envelope.
Girl, I was just like, because he was like, "This is a real subpoena," and she was like, "Yeah, it's a subpoena." Oh, girl, this is a blank piece of paper. If you don't get up out my face, she probably now, you know what? She probably did ask for a subpoena. Like, let me serve her. They probably was like, okay. They probably told her, Pam, we can't give you a subpoena. And
They
she
probably
probably
put
kept
it out
asking
of
for it.
yeah,
And
and
they
she
was just like,
said
okay, here you go. And she, yes, I did it. Like, girl, no, you didn't. You know, now you look stupid on
I'm gonna need
TV.
you to read. Right, I'm gonna need you to read. You know better than that, Kenya. Like, I'm kind of upset with you. Why didn't you read that?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so I can't believe that she would know that it was blank without, like, you knew it was blank. You knew it was blank, Kenya, but you ain't do your homework with Andy because you
Mm-mm.
thought Andy was gonna have your back. And Andy said, this
Mm-mm.
blank. Ain't nothing on here. Ain't nothing on here. So then she still talking about her divorce. They going through discovery. And again, she's a liar because she said they're going through discovery and they found Marlo's number was in Mark's phone records. Andy asked what was she saying to him? She said that she don't know because she can't see the text messages. But then she started going in on Marlo, accusing her of reaching out to Mark to get dirt on her.
I was like, you just 2 seconds ago, you just said you couldn't read it.
And you don't know. Andy
And you
asked you,
don't
what is she
know.
saying to him?
And you
I don't
said you
know.
didn't
I
know.
can't
That
see
could have
the
been the
text.
perfect. That could have been the perfect time you said, "Well, I know that I was talking to my husband, and he told me about the text and said
Mm-hmm.
this, that, and the third."
Mm-hmm.
But you can't come from saying I don't know because it was blurry to yeah, and you
Not
was
even
trying to
as
get some
blurry. I
real.
can't. Not she just saying she can't see the text. That's like if you wanted to go pull up Aaron's messages or his phone records,
Mm-hmm.
it'll just tell you that he texts somebody. Like it's not that she
Mm-hmm.
can't. Not that it's blurry. She can't see. It's that they're not available for her to see. She can't see them. But
Because they weren't there.
so then when he asked, like, well, how do you know that she was calling Mark to get dirt on you? And well, Mark told me. So why would you believe Mark? Like, I don't understand. They can make the same man that's holding you in contempt because this same person was
Right.
at your door banging on it. Like, girl,
Girl,
that
nothing
don't make.
makes sense right now. Like you wouldn't even talk to the man. So y'all ain't even on that level of friend. Like, so you think Mark gonna be that cool? Would you be like, yeah, Marlo tried to talk to me and get dirt on you?
Mm-hmm. And I gave it to
Why
him.
would he call? Well, first of all, why would Marlo call Mark to get the dirt?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past nobody. Let me say that. Let me say that. I wouldn't put it past them. However, I can't. I just.
I feel like Marlo a little bit smarter than that. Like she probably wouldn't go to Mark because that's the husband, but she probably
Mm-hmm.
definitely would have went to that light skinned dude that used to be like, I don't know what happened to
Kenya.
him. He used to be on the show all the time with her new booze, but he was like her friend, like light skinned
Kenya's.
Kenya's friend.
But
Oh, I cannot think of his name. Light
he
skin,
he was just her friend.
yeah,
He played for the other team.
yeah.
Okay, I think I can. It's like I can picture him, but I can't picture
Mm-hmm.
his who. Oh my god, I see him. Okay, whatever. We'll get back to that because I don't
But
want to
like
waste no time on that.
I can see him spilling all the tea if there was to spill if they had a
Mm-hmm.
falling out. But
Yeah, but I don't know.
like, girl,
Whatever.
you don't even know Marlo number, so stop it. Stop it.
Girl, let's run all of these Atlanta numbers and see if it pop up to anybody on the cast. Like, girl, goodbye. So then we get back to Sheree because remember this is Sheree's segment. So then Andy asks Sheree about her birthday dinner bill situation and stated that she had a funny relationship with bills. So he made a joke like you got a funny relationship with bills, whatever. And so then Sheree was just like, "Well, I don't have people suing me for unpaid bills," which was a shot at Drew. And then she
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Or stolen ideas," which was a shot at Candy because
Mm-hmm.
Candy's old assistant claimed that they stole his idea for a restaurant, whatever. So then Candy's like, let's not talk about Drew. Let's talk about how you ain't paid the guy for the fashions and they not on the website. Like what? Let's talk about that. Most of the looks from the She by Sheree show is not on her website. They're not for sale. So then they go into a whole thing, whatever. They end up showing the text because she was saying that one, what's that lady name? The Middle Eastern girl that was helping Sheree with
Mm-hmm.
the fashion show. They show her text message because it was probably going viral online about how the fashions were not on the website. People were talking about it. Then I guess they were saying that she didn't pay the man to feature the fashions or whatever else. And so the girl's text message, because I had paused the TV screen to read it, and it basically was just saying that they didn't have enough pieces. So I said it shows a text from the lady who helped her with the fashion show. There were not enough pieces for a full fashion show. So it seems like they brought another designer in who had pieces, and then they added his pieces to the show, whatever, to the fashion show. So I feel like there could have been an easy fix to that. They really just could have been like, okay, this is Sheree, this is She by Sheree, and this is D by Dante. You know what I mean? Like, y'all could have like let it be known that, because if I go to a She by Sheree fashion show, I'm going to expect that everything that comes down this line, I can get it from you, whatever. And if I can't get it from you, I'm gonna need you to point me in the direction where I can get it from.
Right.
So I can see how that could look deceptive. Like, people can be confused. So, whatever. She just got mad at Candy, whatever, because Candy was just like, but they're not on your website though. So then she was trying to tell Candy like, well, your stuff that tags, you can find at Shein. She like, girl, I'm not a designer though. I don't claim. I have never claimed to have made these clothes. I am just the seller. Like, send me your clothes.
I opened up doors for everybody else, for people like you. You could actually be in my store.
She by Sheree could be at tags, like, and you could probably find which She by Sheree also on Shein. Like, so what? Girl, She by Shein ain't that what Candy had called in?
She by Shein.
Like, I just don't like whatever. So then, of course, Sheree get mad that she bring out this little newsletter called She News. And I want to say, did they say it on there, or did I watch it on like an after show? I think if it wasn't on the reunion, it was on the after show or like Speak on It, where Candy was like, the whole She News, of course, was about Candy. It was like the first couple of pages talked about her restaurants, like, all the negative reviews that you could ever find on her restaurants. Like the first 3, 4, 5, 6 pages was all negative. And then the last 4 pages was about her clothes and, how you could find them cheaper someplace else. And it's like, Sheree, why you got that much time? Like, why?
Too much time.
Why
Too
you did
much
that
time
for?
on your hand.
Like, why you did that for though? Like, what was the reason for that?
That's a straight hater move, like for real. Like,
but
it really gives like a shout out to Candy though, because like it's like you talked about all her restaurants. Do you hear that? All her restaurants. You talk about all her clothing. I mean, her clothing in tags that's still running to this day. And it's been open since 2012 or something. She said, girl, because I remember every year when we used to go, I used to go up into tags. So it's just like I know it's been there for a minute, and she got more than one locations.
What she say? Y'all slippery floors. Girl, don't do that, because I could have sworn there was an episode where you was at one of the restaurants eating. So don't do that. Girl. Don't do that. Like,
and we all know slippery floors mean good food.
Listen. Walk into a Waffle House that's not slippery. Right? You be like, wait a minute. The floor ain't sliding.
This is not a Waffle House. This, I gotta go. Y'all
think y'all Denny's or something? Absolutely not. Let me go.
I have.
You mess with Denny's, something like that.
Right.
Anywho, so then we're done with Sheree. We move on to Drew. Of course, the kiss comes up again between her and Toya. Andy asks Candy, "Is there a chance that you saw it wrong?" Candy's like, "No." No, there is not. So then Drew and Candy go back and forth again with their disagreement. Sonya, I definitely agree. That baby said, well, it seemed like Toya the issue here because she the one that keep changing her story. And I'm like, yes, because Candy has never changed her story. Drew has changed her story a little bit. So, but for sure this season, Drew done stood on that hill and she died on it. And Toya is the one that's like, yeah, we did. No, we didn't. Yeah, we did. No, we didn't. Girl, she probably was drunk. She probably don't know.
If
just say
that she saw it, then we probably did it. Okay, girl.
Uh-oh. I can't hear you.
I can still hear you.
I can hear you now, but you had went, all I heard, you was like, I don't know. And then it went, whatever. I didn't hear nothing.
No, I was just saying, Toya was going back and forth like, if Candy says she saw me kiss her or whatever, then
why would you not believe her?
Girl. But like you said, Toya probably was drunk, and she probably not pressed about this kiss, like it done came out to be
Mm-hmm.
something big that really ain't
And
no
it's
big.
like Drew acted like she said she slept with this woman. Like at this
Right, or
point,
ate her out or something. Like, girl, we didn't even go
girl,
that deep. We just said a
granted,
kiss.
I have never kissed a girl. I don't plan on kissing no girl. I don't want to kiss no girl. Okay. So I ain't trying to make it seem like it's not a big thing. However, the group of women that you're hanging out with, it's happened. You done did it. And you did it. Like you kissed the girl. So just say I kissed her. Like you
You
ain't,
kissed
yeah,
the
you was
girl.
married. I mean, I don't know. It just
I
whatever.
don't know either.
It's stupid. Candy points out, who was all there and who all saw it happen. She asked Marlo again, like, Marlo, did you see it? Because she was like, Cynthia saw it, somebody, whatever saw it. Marlo, you saw it. Marlo still talking about some 80%, whatever. So she like, here you go with this 80% again, whatever. So then Marlo was like, well, I saw them, but Marlo was like, well, I saw them. They were close. I saw them in each other's faces. She said, I saw them like this. But she got up to Sheree, like, I saw them like this. And Drew was like, yeah, so we were talking. So you saw us talking. Girl, I ain't never spoke to nobody that close in their
That
face.
close in my face. That close in my face.
I'm going to kiss you. I'm going to kiss
Yes,
you if you that close. Only person that's been that.
like,
And the only people that's ever been that close to my face is my husband and my children. And I
yes.
kiss them. Like, what? Don't get that close to me. What are you doing?
Because I'm gonna kiss you. Now my kids, I don't kiss them on their lips because I don't know who they be.
No, I don't kiss them on the
my
lips.
husband,
Yeah, but
you playing with me, you all up in my face. Especially if we beefing, you do something.
now what? Get
Right.
out my face. Get out my face.
Mad at me? You still gonna be mad at me?
Stupid. So it was just like,
but
Drew,
yeah, ain't gonna be that close to no female. Like, that's too
you
close.
are so guilty.
That's too close.
Yeah, so well, so we were talking. Yeah, so we were. Girl, y'all wasn't talking.
Y'all not that close. Like, y'all can smell each other's breath real good. Like, that's disgusting.
That's nasty. Like, all right. So Candy was like, well, you know what? The way you set up here and lie, it almost got me thinking that you be gaslighting Ralph. Like, we think that Ralph is the problem. Girl, you the problem because I don't see, like,
I mean, for real though. I mean, I said for real though. For real though, like for real. If you know for sure that you have seen it, and you can't blame it on liquor because you don't even drink.
I'm sober. I was very sober.
I am all the way sober. And I ain't even aroused at this because I do more crazy stuff than this. Like, this ain't nothing. And then you go on to say that you didn't, like, you gonna sit up there and lie in my face and say you didn't do it, and then call me a liar saying that I didn't see
repeatedly tell me that I didn't see what I saw.
Like, what,
girl?
What joy would I get out of it if I say you kissed a girl? Like, I'm not breaking up no marriage. I'm not doing that. Like, y'all did that on your own. This kiss ain't breaking up y'all marriage.
Exactly. And it could have been resolved. Like, it didn't even have to be an issue. It could have just been like, okay,
I must have been drunk. You could have just said that, like, girl, I probably was drunk. I don't know what happened. It was a lot of things that went down that night. Like, like, just brushed it off or whatever. But you made it an issue.
And keep making it an issue. Like, girl. Okay. So, yeah. So she basically telling her she a liar. The truth is not in her. That's what she told her. She said, at this point, I think you the problem. You talking about Ralph be gaslighting you. I think you gaslight him. And Drew said, where's the lie? And then Candy said, you are a liar. You are the lie. And the truth is not in you. And then Sonya, she just putting little jabs in. She was like, yeah, you lied on me last year.
I know. I was like, nobody paid no attention to you, so you just gonna insert yourself in. I ain't mad at you though, because she didn't like. Wait, what did she lie about her? Wow.
I was gonna ask you that too. I can't remember, but I know that I don't remember. But listen. Sonya said, "Listen, you lied on me last year." They put that in. They put that little clip in because they could have edited that out, but they nope. I'm a character witness, Your Honor. This is a known behavior. All right, because she lied on me last year.
I'm pretty sure she did though. I'm trying to think of what it was though.
I ain't gonna remember,
but
so
they
I ain't
kept
even gonna
getting
try.
into it last year anyway, so it was kind of like, okay,
they was butting heads because she. Oh, well, we'll get to that because that's I think during Sonya's segment. So anywho, Andy tried to move on and ask her about her music. And she like, wait, but no, like, Kenny, like, are we good? But mind y'all, they didn't have this whole, it was like tension, like, I'm not a liar, you're a liar. At this point, you're the gaslighter. You know, Kenny was going in on her. Drew, like, I'm not lying, I'm not a liar, I don't They did all that just for you to be like, wait, so wait, I just want to make sure, are we good? Everybody was like, no.
Nothing a part of that segment said that y'all were good. If anything, it's the opposite. You are not good. You are definitely now a coworker for sure. No friend.
Andy was nothing. Like, even Andy was like, no, I don't think y'all. I don't. She's like, girl,
why would you even want to be a friend? Why would you want to be Candy friend if she just called you a gaslighter? I'm not about to be friends with you.
Why would you want to be Candy friend if she's lying on you and saying that you're doing things that you are not doing?
Yes. I ain't too worried about that because I think she knew that she kissed that girl. But
but that's what I'm saying. Make it make sense. You can't tell me that I'm not going to be friends with somebody that's lying on me all the time.
That's
whatever.
True. That's or just lying about this certain situation and you won't let it go.
Girl. So, okay. So then they bring out the friends of the show. Monietta and Courtney. You laughing at how everybody was just like...
It was so like crickets. Everybody was like...
No. No, you guys are not good. They all laughing like, what's wrong with her? Like,
she's crazy.
What's girl? So you just... crazy. Girl, like you... The delusion. I'm telling you, she's delulu. Okay, that baby. She's delusional. All right.
Oh, have mercy.
I don't know. That was funny. Anyway, they bring out Monietta and Courtney. Andy asked the question that I've been wanting to get asked all season. So thank you so much, Andy. Andy, man, we is here. Okay, that man said, Courtney, how are you and such and such? How are you and Ralph related? So y'all ready? Okay. If y'all hadn't watched the reunion, his daddy's sister, her daddy's sister is married to Ralph's uncle. So I was like, so y'all ain't even blood related. Y'all cousin-in-laws. Because if my uncle was married to, because my uncle is married to your aunt. Is all that is, because she said my dad's sister. Why you just didn't say your aunt?
I say my auntie.
Like, so your aunt is married to his uncle. And clearly his uncle is not your dad, because you're saying she's married. My aunt, or not your dad, but
your
whatever.
Dad's brother. It's not your dad's brother.
Whatever it is, they cousin-in-laws. When it break down to it, they are cousin-in-laws. There is no blood relation. Now, I will say this. Candy had Courtney on her speak on it. And Courtney basically was like, but Courtney made it seem like they grew up together. Whatever. Not like, you know how maybe I'll go over my cousin's house and my cousin's cousin is over there. So I've seen them from time to time. So that was her thing, was like growing up, I would go to my cousin's house and I would, when you grow up and you see somebody, she was like, in the black families, my cousin is your cousin, whatever, which is true. Now I will say that, whatever. But they're not. Yeah. Now, and I will say too, listen, some cousins be liking on each other cousins. Okay. So girl, even if that's true, you can't sit up here and tell me.
I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. I used to like my cousin.
This your blood cousin?
No.
Your cousin's cousin?
My cousin. Well, he was really a friend of the family, but he was close enough.
Cousin. Exactly. But still. Listen,
I'm like, there ain't none of my cousin.
Exactly.
I like you.
Listen, my husband, they got a cute cousin, and they my cousin.
That's your cousin.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Because he's cute. And is.
He my cousin, but he ain't my cousin, But I'm married, like, okay, so I'm good.
Hey, cousin. Like, boy, don't hug me too. Listen,
hey, cousin. How you been?
I know my strength. Get your tail over there. Hey, high five. Look, fist pump. Where Miles at?
Stop stupid. Dumb. Look, dumb. But anywho, that's not your like. So that definitely cleared it up for me. Like y'all not cousins. Like just,
Mm-mm.
I mean, I don't want to say that. It's not that you're not cousins. I get it. Okay, that's your cousin. That's my cousin's cousin. So y'all are cousins. However, y'all drove it the point too much. Y'all drove it in too much. So now it's kind of like, even if y'all would have just been like, oh, we got, we share family. That's what we share family. Period. Like, because Courtney, you can't tell me that you don't want that man. Okay. Everything is in my blood is telling me that you want that man. You probably always wanted that man. You probably always thought he was cute. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. Ralph. Oh, girl, that's my cousin. He is so fine. Like he is. Girl, you always wanted you some Ralph. Like, and now you had opportunity to really play up on my cousin's cousin. Like, okay, so let me get close to him. Anywho, thank you so much, Andy, for asking that question because I knew they weren't related by blood.
I think you said it early on, like when we first was watching it. Like, I hope that's what Andy asks or whatever.
Mm-hmm. He watched it. Thank you, Andy, for watching our podcast. The delusion, the Delulu. Now who's Delulu? So anywho, so when she said, well, my dad's sister is married to Ralph's uncle, Drew go say it's giving fake cousin.
Don't you do this?
Courtney talking about so everything about you is fake, but I was like, Drew, you can't because you roll tape. Cousin Courtney. Like, girl.
All through it. You was team Courtney.
It wasn't giving fake cousin then.
Until she caught you a B.
And even then, I don't know how everybody else is wired. I'm clearly not wired the same way Drew is wired. But you can best believe if somebody, man or woman, I don't play no games. I mean, not like that. I'm just saying, like, I don't discriminate. If there's a random person that comes around and say, I'm Marcus's cousin. No, Marcus introduced me to somebody that's his cousin. How is that your cousin? Like, I need you to. So the fact that Drew didn't even know how this was his cousin, that was just like, girl.
Because Ralph didn't know.
But it's just like, girl, like, okay, so then even if he don't know, I'm gonna find out. I'm not wired the way Drew wired. I'm gonna call his mama. I'm gonna call his daddy. I'm gonna call somebody.
I'm definitely calling somebody in that can't. Like, hey, y'all got a niece named Courtney.
Mm-hmm. Y'all know Courtney.
She look like
Courtney Rhodes. Y'all know Courtney Rhodes.
That's her
who
last
she
name?
is. Yeah, girl, I found that out on Speak.
Oh, because I was like, how you find?
Speak on it, girl. I think that was her last name. Y'all know Courtney Rhodes. Is she kin to us? Because it's us.
Okay.
Is she kin to us? Because I need to know. Like, my mama was talking about, well, not talking about, because he my cousin. That man that lived here. And she was like, our cousin lived there. How is he my cousin? I need you to listen, you're not going to just tell me somebody is my cousin and I'm just going to run with it. I need to know who, the what's, the when. And even then, I still don't even know if I really know. Well, I know that was a story, so we ain't gonna talk about that. But girl, so yeah, so it's giving fake cousin. Girl, you're giving fake wife, because why you ain't asked your man how this was his cousin? You ain't for to bring no woman around me talking about this is our cousin.
At the house the next day.
And she didn't brought her baby daddy, who she co-parent with. Like, girl, Siri, if you don't get up off my computer.
Siri trying to figure out too.
Siri said, let me look. I don't know why she ain't know who that man was, who that woman was. You are right.
She trying to get hers in.
Siri said, I don't play that either. I don't know why she. Anywho, so then we move on. Now it's Marlo's time. We're gonna talk to Marlo. She's still dating Scott Lee. And she said that he hasn't met her nephew's sons and she hasn't met his children. So I was like, okay, that's cool. But I mean, we ain't got to rush into nothing. Let's just really take our time. Because I mean, it don't seem like they're super serious. I mean, they had relations now. She did say
a little bit in them sheets.
Yeah. So maybe it's just, let me figure out if I really like you. I don't know what they're doing, but I can appreciate her not just bringing him around
Mm-hmm.
the boys, whatever. So then they bring up the whole double standard of Roy being in Marlo's DMs. And that wasn't an issue for Kenya. That wasn't irrelevant. Or that was it was irrelevant that he was in Marlo's DM. But she made a big mess, over Martell being in her DMs when we couldn't even see the DM and there was no message and it was blank. But Roy went on a whole Roy DM'd her. We could see the DM still present day. You can see the message, and they actually went out on a date.
Mm-hmm.
So, make it make sense. Then, of course, they get to asking her about Roy. Like, see, I'm thinking about you talking about Kenya being a liar, and I'm like, you're absolutely correct. Because this scene, they ask her why Roy was not on the show like that, like he didn't film. This baby said, let me find it. Roy apparently was not on the show like that. Let Kenya tell it because of Marlo letting it be known about their connection. And then, so she could have left it at that. She should have left it at that. Because whether we believe that or not, we can't dispute if that's the truth, whatever. However, she decided to add on to it that the trailer for the season came on and it said something about him popping Marlo's cherry or whatever, which that never made it to the trailer. I don't know. I never heard that part. Whatever.
I never heard that one.
But either way it goes, she's saying, well, she was like, it was the trailer. He was like, Andy was like the trailer. Now, Andy, that baby wasn't playing with Kenya this episode. He like, listen, this paper is blank. What you talking about? He saw the trailer. If he saw the trailer, then the season was already filmed.
Right.
She was like, no, it wasn't. It was like the pre-trailer. Again, that would mean that production had wrapped.
And scene. Everything is done. Come on, Candy, and scene.
Girl,
what are you talking about?
What make it make sense? Like, ma'am. She's like, oh well, it was the pre-trailer. So everybody confused because she's not making sense. I'm like, girl, just say that
Candy was like, no.
Yes. Or Andy said, just say that he wasn't there much during recording it. Like, just tell the truth, girl. Show 2% the devil. Girl. Marlo, that baby said, Kenya just shot some commercials for his business. And I said, where's the lie? Okay, I brought this. Oh, I should have got my cup. Oh, my been prepared. God. Okay,
look, I got something.
Oh yes, listen on Amazon. All right, listen, go on and get link in the description below.
Here you go, Kenya.
What is that? A 12-day devotional? On how to overcome. Oh my goodness, that is so wonderful. I can't believe you brought me this book because Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Like, girl. I was like, Marlo, you ain't never lied. That baby said, can you just show him some commercials? I'm like, but for real, I ain't never heard Kill Me Crazy until her commercial.
She promoted. He knew what he was doing. He was like, "Yep, that's."
She on the payroll because I mean, clearly she ain't over Mark. Like, definitely. So, anywho, then they speak about the divide in the group, in the collusion that happened in Portugal. They discussed that the conversations that they had that was taped by Monietta was after Drew and Candy had left and that they were trying to figure out who was lying. Like, we was just trying to figure out who was lying. Then it was discussed how Drew has lied to them before. That's what it was. They were talking about the collusion. So Monietta was like, I just felt like you guys were all colluding against Drew. And they were like, no, that's not what it was. We just trying to figure out who lied. And then on top of that, it just sounded like everybody was testifying. Like, well, Drew lied on me about this. And then Drew did whatever, so Drew has the history of lying. Courtney said that she was reenacting what LaToya said about Drew when she was saying like, oh, and then this be here, blah, 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 blah,
she
whatever.
Becoming a liar too.
is she becoming
Well,
one
she probably
or
already was.
yeah? I was like,
She started out the whole season as a liar too. So that Drew and Courtney might be blood cousins.
they might need to go get go get the 20. What is it? 23. I don't know what it's called, but go get the DNA test and see if y'all link up. 23 and me. I think that's what it's called. 23 and me. Go on and get that.
Oh my God.
So yeah. So then we get to the end of the episode. End of the reunion. So then Andy was saying before they closed, like, I want to get to what was revealed during the finale. So then he asked Monietta about Drew having the crush on Ty. And did she believe? He asked, did she believe that they were involved at that time? Knowing what Drew had said. So Monietta was like, she didn't know. She did reach out to Drew, I guess, about it when the rumor came out.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew said that and like Drew cleared it up for her. She said, well, I called Drew and then Drew cleared it up for me. And then Drew jumped in and was like, oh, well, when I said that I had a crush, that she was my girl crush, I was just joking. Whatever. So it was just all a joke, allegedly. And then, of course,
popping
Andy.
up everywhere.
Girl. So then Andy asked cousin Courtney, well, you said Ralph told you some things. What did he tell you? So she was like, Ralph said that Drew was projecting on him what she is guilty of. Whatever. So then Drew jump in like, she don't know anything. She only know, or she don't know nothing. She's only known Ralph since yesterday. And Ralph coached her this season. And I'm like, girl, she only known Ralph since yesterday, but she was your cousin Courtney all season. Like, don't.
She sure was.
Don't do that. But you know why you in this position? Because you ain't asked the right questions, girl. You just let this man bring his cousin into the picture, and now they colluding against you. So then Drew starts snapping on Courtney and is telling her, not to mention her son again. Or she was basically just saying, like, you don't know anything and yada yada woo. So she was real calm, cool, and collected with that. She's like, but I will tell you one thing. Don't you ever mention my son name or whatever. And I ain't mad at her about that, because what you ain't about to do is talk about my baby. Okay? Listen. So she starts snapping on her. Don't mention my son again. Courtney tried to deny that she had ever said anything. Andy was like, oh, but
you did. But you did. I was like, oh, Andy.
It was so funny because she was so like, I never said anything. You did. You did. What? So then she looked at her like, well, you were caught on camera. He's like, the camera was still filming. Or maybe somebody told her the camera was still filming and she didn't know that it was still rolling. So then they showed a clip of her saying that Drew wanted Ralph to adopt her son so that she could go be a lesbian, be in a lesbian relationship, and he would pay all the bills or whatever else. So then Courtney was like, oh, I knew the cameras were rolling. I said it multiple times. I knew they were, but it was like her face was very much giving salty. Like, you ain't know them cameras was rolling. You ain't know that, but I'm not mad at you. I mean, listen, I knew it. Yo, now you need to work on your game face, because your game face gave you away. But yes, and I'm like, girl,
yeah,
sit down.
She was OC for that.
Stupid. But anyway, that was the end of part 1. So then we jump right back into part 2. It picks up where we left off. They have that same little conversation again. And I put this evident that Drew and Courtney are no longer happy cousins. Like that. Ship has sailed. Okay. Oh. That thing is gone. Andy asked Courtney, when did Ralph tell you that he was divorcing, are going to divorce Drew? Courtney said it was after the Portugal trip. Andy asked Candy what she knows about, the relationship, or Ty and Drew's relationship rumor. She said, now again, like, girl, Candy ain't lying. I'm going to believe Candy. So Candy said when they were on set, Drew told Monietta and the makeup artist that, Ty would be her girl crush. But it's just one of the things where it's weird, because, I mean, maybe because she was doing a movie where she had to be with a woman, maybe that's kind of how it came up.
Because I was really trying to figure out, like, so what sparked this conversation that you just out of nowhere?
Yes.
Like, so if me and Ralph don't work out, I'm going to get me a girl. And the girl that I'm going to get is Ty. And she ain't nowhere to be found on this set. No, nothing. Like, it was just weird.
It was. I was thinking the same thing. Like, how did they even get into this conversation? But then I was like, okay, well, maybe because of the premise of the movie, maybe that's how it came up. I don't know. But of all people, of all people, it just happened to be somebody that's in Atlanta. That is because when she said Erica, when she was like, so she said that she told Monietta, she told the makeup artist. The makeup artist let Erica know. Erica was the other lesbian in the movie, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The other leading lady, basically, or whatever you want to call her. So that was Erica. So you just happened to just have a crush on one of Erica's friends. So it's like, I don't know. It just was giving, you knew what you were doing. Like, you saw Erica with Ty before and was just like, I'm going to put a buzz in somebody's ear that Ty is my girl crush. And maybe it'll get back to her. I don't know. But once the makeup artist let Erica know, then the next day, like, it wasn't even like, I mean, granted, they only was filming for 10 days, but it was just like, girl, the next day, Ty came to set. And then she started coming to set after that. So it's kind of like, that's weird. Like, not weird. It's weird if you're saying that nothing was going on between y'all, but it's not weird because we know something was, I mean, I ain't gonna say I know something was happening, but it's giving.
Easy. Right. It's giving something's going on.
Yes. So then Andy asked Marlo and Sheree what y'all know. Marlo said, my name Bennett, I ain't in it, okay? I don't know nothing. Sheree said, oh my, I mean, I don't want to be in the middle of this. But I was given but since we're talking about it, I was at home minding my good black business.
I got books to show you.
They was like, oh, she got another, you got another
news
pamphlet? You got another pamphlet?
Yeah, pamphlet.
She was like, I was at home minding my good black business. Somebody rang my doorbell and I went to my door and I said, what's this? And it was just evidence. Like, she pulled out an envelope. It got text messages between Ty and Drew. And it's just like, oh, Lord. So then Andy pulled, Andy like, well, let me look at it. So Andy looked at it and he's like, this is how I know Drew is a liar. So, I mean, we already know Drew is a liar, y'all.
Duh.
This is how we really know Drew is a liar. Andy said, if these are real, which we do not know, they are very incriminating. Drew says, without even seeing the messages, I mean, we're very friendly and we're friends. Girl, but you ain't even read the messages. So how do you know?
I would have looked at that thing so quick, like, let me see. Oh, no, I ain't. No, I definitely didn't send that one off. No, that ain't me. That ain't me. That one, yes, like that one is me. But this one definitely not me.
I said
let me get a red pen. Can I get a red pen, please? I need to do this. So this one is me.
Bring me my phone. I can show y'all my phone.
She got her phone in the bag because she... Well, we'll get to it, but she had her phone in her back pocket or whatever. It was back there.
It was back there. She got it on set. Bring my, let me look. This is our text message thread. This is what we, this is this. Okay. So I was like, you ain't even look at it. And this man gave you an out. He like, well, this is incriminating if they are real, but we don't know that. We are just very friendly and we are friends. We friends. So then they passed the messages around. Kenya was like, there's nothing incriminating on here to me. Whatever. So then Candy mentions, like, because she was like, me and you taste
like that. That's when I heard that part, I said, okay, something in there that she was like, Kenya, me and you cool, but I wouldn't even text you something like that. I'm a freak, and I would not text you something like that. Like, that's basically how I felt Candy had said it. Like,
me and you taste like this?
You taste like that.
Kenya said, oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, reread, nigga. Reread. I ain't never text my friend like that.
She was like, they don't taste like, they long-winded? Girl. I ain't never text my friend no paragraph, no essay. Like, girl,
girl, she poured out her whole heart to that girl, just like she did on that movie. If y'all seen the movie,
Oh, so that's what happened. She got, never mind. Y'all gotta watch the movie. Oh, that's why she, okay, never mind. Anyway, y'all gotta watch the past, okay? Y'all just watch it. That baby did just, it was deja vu. Deja vu, okay?
Everything started happening all
That,
over
baby,
again.
did you read the script? Did she tell you what happened? Because what's going on? What's going on here? Like, no. So anywho,
Woo.
so they're like, okay, she's like, these are long-winded, whatever. So then Drew was like, well, if you see my DMs, they popping. Whatever. Like, girl, what the DMs have to do with this text message? So they like, well, are the text messages weird? I mean, weird. Are they real? Are they real? Whatever. So she gets a stutter and talking about something she don't know. I mean, I don't know. Ralph, he's really good at what he does. I've seen him single-handedly beat the IRS. Okay. So I don't know. But I mean, I don't think there's anything, incriminating. So I'm like, so they real. Like, cause you defending them and you ain't even reading the messages. Like you just,
oh my gosh.
First you said, oh, we're just very friendly. We're friends. Then now you saying Ralph setting you up and they incriminate. Girl, so which one is it? She a lie. She know she a lie. Why is she lying? Why is she lying? She a lie. She know she a lie. Listen. So then Andy like, all right, let's wrap this up. We get a 45-minute lunch. Y'all go do what y'all want to do. Okay.
Can't
so
get lunch right now. Okay.
Bet.
That baby gonna get some food.
Listen, up time to eat. So they cut to Ralph. I was gonna show the scene, but I ain't got time for that. We cut to Ralph. He is getting prepared for his debut on the show or his return, or what is it, for him to come onto the reunion, whatever. And cousin Courtney go visit him. So I was gonna show y'all because listen, the way she came in there,
just go on the show.
I closed it out already because I was like, I ain't got time. The way I might still put it in there. I might put in the clip. That's what I'll do. I'll record a clip without us having to watch it together. I'm gonna put the clip in here, y'all. Y'all look at the way she hugged him.
Courtney, what's going on?
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. You ready?
Okay. Because I ain't never hugged. Well, listen, I done told y'all. I hug a cousin like that. It ain't my cousin. Because when she hugged him, it was like she did the whole little, like, she looked him like it was lust in those eyes. Okay. I don't care what nobody
said. Come here, Big Papa.
I mean, and I was looking at Twitter or X, whatever you call it, and they were like, his hand was on the neck. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
okay.
we'll talk about that. But yeah, so there was like his hand was on the nape of her butt or whatever. And I was like, it wasn't even. When I went back and watched it, I will say, Ralph, I don't think your hand was that low. But Courtney, tricky. Then I want to say, I heard that they said that I don't know if she was living there, but apparently at some point Courtney was in Tampa. And
I know you lying.
When she was on. Not I guess she lived in Tampa. I don't know if she was. Listen, I'm just telling you what the streets has said. Okay, the streets said that Courtney was in Tampa, and then when Courtney was on Speak On It with Candy, she was like talking about how she was like, yeah, something. She was talking about Ralph and Drew or whatever else, and she was like, I mean, I know what he was doing in Tampa. Like she said something about how she knew what he was doing in Tampa. And I'm like, well, how you know? He just met you yesterday. Look, now I'm like, Drew, and she said they've been, and I think at this point she had said that or maybe when they were filming or whatever it was, either when they were filming or present day when they did the Speak On It, she's basically been cool with him for 6 months. So you telling me somebody can come in your life, y'all be cool for all of 6 months and they know what you was doing in Tampa? But I'm your whole wife, married to you for 8 years, had 2 kids with you.
Girl.
8, 9, whatever years. We've been married however many years we've been married. I didn't bore 2 of your children. And you can't tell me what you was doing in Tampa, but this random stranger know?
On or
Y'all
off
can't
the
tell
camera.
Me that his
you
woman.
Can't tell me. She know what he was doing because he was doing her.
In Tampa. All them 3 days, and y'all gonna come back to Atlanta and act like because y'all been knowing each other.
Job. You got her at my job. I'm finna fight both of y'all now.
You know what? But she probably been his side piece forever. She probably always been his side piece. If that's my cousin's cousin, it's Thunder and Steel.
This Thunder is disrespectful.
But yeah, but it's like, girl, I just think she probably been his side piece all day long.
All this time.
All my life.
Don't put my favorite song
My
on
cousin's been my girl. He said, don't remix that one. don't remix that song. But anywho, so okay, whatever. So while she's talking to Ralph, because she come hug him, whatever, they don't even get into the conversation before Allison come walking by. Allison is Drew's sister. She come walking by the door, like, because she probably seen her go in his room, like, what's she, whatever. So she come, and what's her name? Courtney turned around, and Allison was like, don't you close that door on my face. Don't you close that door on my face. And so Courtney tried to close the door. Like, girl, she just told you don't close the door. Like, I mean, granted, I ain't got to listen to you, but it's like, why would you? So then, I don't know, Courtney called her a B. And then Allison was like, oh, but you don't use that word. But you don't. And she was like, I used it, but I just called you one, didn't I? Or whatever. So she was like, girl, who are you? Because you're not his cousin. And I was like, oh, well, Allison, I'm glad you know. Because clearly your sister don't. Okay. And I want to say Andy was back there. He had came out of the room. They could not saw the top of his gray. I was like, yeah, Andy, you better break that up. And then on Speak On It, she was saying that Drew sent Allison over there. Like, girl, even if she did, that's still her husband.
It still is. And they still live in the same house. So,
and it was just to me, it's not giving cousin. I'm very protective. Like, I could be protective of my brothers, my boy male cousins and stuff like that. You doing too much. You're giving my man. You're giving, I'm the side piece. Now I done became the main piece because you came in there to tell him, oh my God, Drew is she's just unhinged. She's so crazy. And look, she might not say unhinged, but she definitely called her crazy. Like, she's crazy. And girl, he know what she is. He married her. He lived with her.
He liked that.
Like, he don't need you. So to tell him, give him a rundown. So whatever. They cut that. Now I will say, did you watch it on Peacock or did you watch it on YouTube TV?
YouTube
the reunion
TV.
Okay, so I did not watch it on Peacock. So what had happened was I ended up watching the guy's review. And he was talking about something. I'm like, I did not see that. Whatever. So apparently Peacock, when I clicked on it, it does say Peacock has like uncensored, a little bit extra scenes from the reunion.
I did see it saying that on Peacock. It was saying uncensored. I was like, when was anything censored? But okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because when he was doing his review, I was like, I didn't hear that part. So I went and watched part. I fast forwarded to that part. It actually was in the beginning where they were talking about, or it was after they left the dressing room from Ralph and her. On TV, when it went back to the reunion, they were talking to Sonya right away. But on Peacock, they were talking about, which was fine. We didn't have to watch. They was talking about sex and the freakiest thing people done did and eating booty and all that good stuff.
Or whatever else. I've seen that part though. Because I didn't see all of that. They said something like Kenya been eating booty or something like that for years, and she was like, "But I had admitted to mine," or she had said something like that. Well, then maybe I did watch, or maybe Peacock then.
I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, because when I fast forwarded it, when I went to YouTube, it said that it was it went straight into Sonya. Because then they were talking about Candy, and they asked Candy if she ever had a orgy.
I don't remember hearing that.
So maybe it was because they were like, yeah, they was like, I think they had said something about like, what was the freakiest thing somebody done? It was like, how many people you done been with? And they was like, Candy, you never had an orgy? And she was like, well, that depends. How many people do you consider an orgy? Whatever. And then they was like, I mean, 4 or more or whatever. And she was like, well, I've been with 4 people before, whatever. And somebody, Sonya or Marlo or somebody was like, 4? And she was like, I mean, I was the 4th. I'm included in the 4. And it was just like, what is the reason? Yeah,
Girl, okay. Maybe that was the
What is
Lord.
the
I can't even say maybe. That was the Lord blocking that part out because I did not.
I
I
was
shouldn't have
like,
never eggs.
what's the reason for that? Like,
You
what the
cannot get
reason
that bored.
is?
Like there's no way that you can get that bored.
Off topic. We were talking about eating booty. Marcus said that. He was like, listen, people that eat booty, they did so much in their sexual experiences that you just got to be like, what else can I do? What let me do?
Right. Like you
Let me.
that
So they
bored to
like,
eat a booty though?
you know what? Let me lick your butt. Like, let me.
That is so nasty. Ugh.
He was like, and the crazy thing is, all right. Anywho, maybe that was a sign. He was like, don't talk about that. Just
Okay.
little people around. But yeah, but I'm like, yeah, that is crazy. So yeah, you missed that part because when I had saw that, I was like, what is? I didn't see that. I didn't hear that. So I had watched a little bit of it. So I was like, that kind of made me wish I would have watched it all on Peacock. But Peacock be having ads, and I can't fast forward through those. I'm so spoiled.
Who you telling?
Listen.
Who you telling? Because when the ad come, I'll be like, who? What just happened? What just happened here?
It is so crazy because on Peacock, it'll be like the ad only be like 60 seconds or 45 seconds. It don't be nothing crazy. But on YouTube TV, like I said, I can ignore, like it'll say ads, but I can fast forward through it, whatever. I was like, so now I'm like, dang, I should have watched it on Peacock, but whatever. So anyway, we talk about that foolishness, and then they go into Sonya. They talk about how she had the miscarriage, but she said she got pregnant a month after the miscarriage. I was like, well, that's a good one, because I know after I had lost my baby, I was just like, I don't even want to, like, it's emotional. Like, I ain't trying to try again. I don't want to do. I wasn't trying the first time, so it's like I ain't trying to. Because it's gonna happen again. I don't want it to happen again. Like, I don't. So they ended up, they did it again, or when they were doing it. But a month later, she ended up pregnant again. So, but this time she kept it quiet. So I was like, good job, girl, good job. Because I think she was 4.5 months here. So she said she ain't even tell anybody until she was 3 months. So it's like, all right, Sonya, all right. So they go over. Yes, they go over to Kenya, talk about her and her baby journey. So she said that she has decided to adopt, which I think is beautiful. So then Sonya discusses her disappointment in her friendship with Kenya, because she feels like Kenya only shows up for her on camera, but off camera she's not present. Because when she miscarried, everybody reached out, everybody but Kenya reached out, which I could see that would be. I can see how that could hurt my feelings, because I mean that's a sensitive time. And then, like Sonya was saying, like we both were kind of on this mommy journey together. So if anybody, like, granted, everyone on the panel is women and we're all moms, but like if anybody should, be not necessarily be there for me, but if anybody should like be the closest in feeling for me, it should be you, because you're also wanting to be, pregnant or figure out how to have a baby.
Right.
But Kenya said she called her. Sonya didn't answer. What you think?
Girl, I already told you Kenya be lying. She called what number? Like, because when I feel like during the episode or something like that, I feel like Kenya has said that she didn't have Sonya number or something like that, or had her blocked, or it was something that she was like, I just sent y'all, y'all check y'all phones or whatever, and she was like, girl, I blocked you out the group or whatever, like
the group chat.
I don't know, like to me, I just feel like she's full of it, so I can't really say that Kenya actually really called her.
No, I and then I feel like, granted.
Right, Miles.
He said she did not call her good phone. She didn't call her real phone. He said something about her phone. Y'all heard it. But yeah, no, I definitely, like, if she did call and she didn't answer, like, I could at least see. Well, yeah, I could at least see that you called me. But even then, you could have left me a voicemail. Like, hey, I was just calling to check in on you, just to make sure that you're feeling okay. I'm so sorry. Let's schedule a time to talk or whatever. Like, you could have left a voicemail. You could have sent me a text. You could have did something, sent me some flowers, did something. Like, not trying to be like that, because, we can't tell people how to react to stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, we know each other though.
Mhm.
This is a I know you, like,
And we was
I
going
don't
through
know.
this together. So, like you said earlier, if it's anybody that's gonna have that empathy for me, it's gonna be the person that's supposed to be
I'm listening.
my ride or die person that's coming out. Like, there's no need for you to be saying, "Oh yeah, I called you," and just leave it like that. Like that's sufficient. Like, no, that doesn't clear you off of to what you can do. That's not
Mm-hmm.
fair to me. Like, you could, I mean, the least you could have done is left me a voicemail or a text. Like, that's the least.
Yes. Yes. You didn't have to send nothing, you didn't have to buy nothing. You could have just
Mm-mm. Yeah,
sent your
'cause that don't cost
condolences, sent your
nothing.
well wishes. Girl. So yeah, I don't believe her. I put that I think Kenya was jealous of her being pregnant.
I could see that.
So it was like, oh dang, like, I mean, which, yeah. So I don't know. So I put Kenya jealous of her being pregnant. And I said, and she jealous of Sonya's friendship with Marlo, because Sonya said she told Marlo early.
I
She
did
said
hear
she didn't
that.
tell nobody but her family and Marlo, and I love that. Like, I think Marlo and Sonya have a nice little. It seems like they're forming a cute little friendship. I feel like Sonya is good for Marlo, because Marlo needs somebody that's like,
Like, I could hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you when you wrong too, because Marlo,
yes.
she can't take it from nobody else because she's jealous of everybody else.
Yes. I feel like she needs a sound moral compass. Be like, nah, girl, you're doing too much. Like, whatever. So anyway, then there's a question that comes in from a viewer named Sheree, who somewhere in Georgia. I forgot where they said she came from.
I was like,
And she asked,
roll back in.
and they asked Candy, or it says, Sheree's comment said that Candy does not share anything other than her businesses, and states that maybe she should, does she think maybe it's time for her to step down or take a break? And I was like, oh, like, what? Interesting. So that's what Candy was talking about on the Speak On It. Like, let me tell y'all what was going on. Like, this is what was going on in my life, whatever else. So, Candy was like, that's not true. I didn't share my life. And I'm like, exactly. Everybody know what's been like, Candy is not shying away from sharing stuff in her life.
Not at all. I was so confused of that question. Like, I'm surprised that Andy even, like, do Andy get the ones and like
read the question?
Yeah. Do he pick which ones he want to pick? Because that one didn't actually make any sense, because it was like, we went a whole season of her mama hating on her husband. Her auntie was on there hating on her husband. She was hating on her husband. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Look,
I was just confused.
It's just, I don't know. I mean, Andy did defend her, when he was like, he don't. Y'all. Ignore him. That's what I do. So yeah, so even Andy had defended her, and he was just like, no, she's had, she shared her things or whatever else. And I feel like, Candy has had spinoffs showing lots of her family dynamics, her businesses, the ups and downs of that, her wedding. She didn't don't do that.
We know about Candy's life. Like, don't do that.
Yes. That's why she's a fan favorite, because we know all her business. Exactly. Like, and she done shared everything. Girl. So Candy response was like, well, I mean, Sheree knows all about stepping down and coming back. So the Sheree was like, well, I'm always asked to come back or I get asked to come back because people that's on the show can't carry the show. And I really want to be like, girl, so why you can't? I mean, you've been on this. Exactly, because this season, again, in my opinion, was one of the worst seasons in history of Housewives of Atlanta. And you were on the show all season. Baby, you ain't carried nothing. But Martell. Ooh, my man. Ooh. Okay. So then Andy wants to know why Marlo's issue with Candy from 2 years ago was just now coming up. And why it was even an issue. So then Marlo said that the shooting at Candy's restaurant triggered her. It's like, girl. And then Candy said that part of the reason why, when the women had asked her like about the shooting, so she said that she purposely, they be doing a scenes production. So remember when they were at Blaze and it was her and Todd and her cousin was there or whatever else. So she said that they had basically talked about it in that scene for as much as they could talk about it. She was like, we talked about it in that scene. So when they went to the little show and the women had asked her about it and she didn't answer the question, or, she didn't want to talk about it. She was like, because she had already talked about it, whatever. She was like, so I had already talked about it. Just because you asked me a question, don't mean I got to answer the question, whatever. Mm-hmm. So you can feel about it how you want, whatever else. But, I had already talked about it and they showed what they showed about it on the show. However, Marlo said that hearing about the shooting triggered her. And then Andy was like, well, everything that happened. Andy or Candy, if you could go back, would you change? Like, I guess how she reacted to it or how she did whatever with Marlo. And baby said, no. Like,
I honestly don't. Marlo was like, I don't disagree.
I don't either. So Marlo was like, you wouldn't send flowers, chicken wings, nothing? I was like, chicken wings, though, Marlo. You just want that chicken. Because you mentioned that before that Candy could have sent some food. You could have just been like, okay, Candy, can I just ask, would you be willing to cater the repass? Just use it as a donation, a tax write-off. Can you do that? Because that's what you wanted. Closed mouths don't get fed, Marlo. You should have just asked that baby to send you some chicken wings. You doing too much. So she was like, you couldn't send nothing, no flour, no chicken wings, no nothing. Like, you wouldn't change anything. And Candy was like, so we fell out bad because I ain't sent no flowers. Like, we fell out bad because of that. So then they go back and forth for a while. Drew jumps in. Marlo said, worry about your marriage. And then Drew told her to, how about you get a husband first? And then Marlo said, well, why don't you get you a wife? And I was like, oh, well. And then that kind of killed the conversations, and the conversations end. That whole little segment ends. And then they bring out Ralph. So then Ralph comes out. Andy asks how the communication works with them under the same roof. He says that they try. Now, the whole time, Drew is just unattached. Like, I put crickets. Girl. Drew doesn't seem to want to engage. She just like...
She had no energy. Have your moment.
Girl.
You can have your moments.
Listen.
I'm like, girl.
Did she say it or he said that they was in mediation?
I think he said it.
Okay, so they did reveal that they were in mediation. Oh, because then Ralph asked Drew if she wanted to answer any of the questions. And then Andy said, or then that's when she was like, you can go ahead. I'll let you have your moment. And he was like, I don't know what you're trying to do right now. And she was like, I don't know why you're here. Andy was like, we invited him.
He's here because he's getting paid.
Girl, like, what do you mean you don't know why he here? You know exactly why he here.
Y'all live under the same freaking roof. Like, that's probably why he was so confused. Like, dog, we talked about what we was going to talk about. You knew I was coming.
I don't... Like, at this point, he knew they were coming. But at this point, I feel like they both gaslight each other. I mean, in the words of Candy, she gaslights him. He gaslights her. Because I almost believe Drew, where she was like, when before they came, they had a conversation. She was like, we talked about, I don't know what she said they talked about, but she basically made it seem like they had a conversation, and now he's trying to come out here and trying to play in my face and do whatever. So I honestly do believe that they probably was like, okay, we're going to go on here, whatever else. But at the same time, he probably just told her whatever she wanted to hear, because I want you to get out my face, because we're not talking. I don't want to talk to you, whatever. So, okay, yeah, whatever you say. And I'm going to get out here and tell my truth. Whatever his truth is. So I don't know. It was just crazy. So then Ralph said that he was there to make sure the truth is known, because things are on the internet that's been said about him. He wants to make sure that he clears up that they're not true. They both claim that they were faithful in their marriage. So then he's like, well, what about Ty? So then she deflects, and she goes in on how he hasn't treated her right throughout their marriage, and that he has always put other women before her. And so then it was kind of like, it was like very much violence. Like, you feel sorry for her from what she's saying, because if you're in a marriage that is kind of what she's describing, whatever it is, just like, dang, whatever. So then she said that he conspired with Mimi. Told you Mimi was Ty's previous woman. She was like, you and Mimi conspired to create this Drew and Ty narrative. Why would they do that?
Girl,
Like,
I
why
don't know
would
why she think that people just revolve around her. Like, don't nobody think about you.
Candy conspired to lie on you and Toya? Now he didn't conspire to lie on you with Mimi to lie on you and Ty. And it's like, why would they do that though? Like, why? What was the reason? What was the reason?
Mm.
Like, I don't get it. So he like, I think you and Mimi conspired to whatever. Ralph was like, no, I was actually told by your assistant that you had a relationship with Ty.
Then
And
here
she
come
like, that's a
everybody
lie.
else.
That's a lie.
Actually,
Candy,
it's not.
everybody else said was like, no, yeah, that's what I heard. That's what Candy like he did. He told it. He did tell it. He told multiple people. It did. Marlo was like, he definitely did. Whatever. So
You need to talk to your assistant.
then
You said he's trying to blame everybody but who you up there thinking that you can trust. So you think you
girl.
can trust your assistant.
And then it's so crazy because it don't even seem like he's like her. Because remember, she had the assistants that were in the closet with her, and like those are her assistants. Because it said when they show his name that he was her assistant on the movie. So he was just a temporary. He honestly probably don't got no loyalty to you.
Not
Whatever.
at all.
That movie was 10 days. Y'all knocked that out in 10 days. I only know you for 10 days. Girl, listen. Let me tell you what had happened.
Okay, she came up in there.
Let me tell
I
y'all
don't
what
even know
happened.
me, and she just spilled the beans. She said that she wanted to mess with Ty. So such and such got to do, like just giving a rundown. They about to make a whole nother movie about her real life.
And she told me leave her trailer unlocked. Ty came up in there. They told me to get up out. Okay, so I don't know what they was doing up in there, but the trailer got to shaking. It's shaking the table. Okay. I'm just telling y'all. Listen. You ain't heard that from me. All right, you ain't heard. That's what he should have said. You needed to add that you ain't heard that from me because now everybody's saying that they heard that from you. So it's like, but girl, make it make sense. You try to blame everything on Ralph. Ralph, you did this. You and me conspire. Y'all did this, and he like, no, I got it from the assistant. No, you didn't. That's a lie. Everybody confirms that it's true. Again, you said it. It's a lie. You tell it. This is Candy's problem with you. You want to tell everybody they lying. You talking about, she said, Drew, I said, she's denying that the man said it. When folks on the cast are confirming that the man was telling everybody in the movie said about it. She still blames Ralph and thinks somehow he is still behind it. And then she shows Andy her phone. Now Andy, he's so petty because that man was just like, okay, she has a big butt. Like, I'm looking. They was like, what is it? He was like, it's a lady with a big butt. Like, Andy, what do it say? Whatever. So it was like, it's a text message, and it says that it's asking Ralph, is he gonna bring her back that thing? Okay. But she said, or he said, I think Andy had said like there was no response back. It's really just a text to Ralph. So Ralph was saying like, he be getting catfish. People be sending him messages all the time, whatever else. Girl, is it not giving the pass? Like, remember the messages?
It sure was.
Girl, y'all gotta watch this movie. It's very much giving. Because he wasn't responding to the messages.
This is their life. This is that I
Todd
am.
was like,
This is their life.
Todd was like, let me take notes. Let me see.
Say,
and then what you had said,
Drew, you're the perfect person for this. You're living it out.
You're the perfect person to play your life. Let me go ahead and see. And then what happened? She sent you some catfish. She sent you some. Okay.
Oh my god.
So he was like, he didn't respond. And then Andy said there's no response. Clearly it wasn't, because this is Drew's evidence. So if you bring in evidence, I'm going to need you to have the evidence that shows that this person, it is. Girl, it's very much giving the pass. Because Nina ain't had no evidence. That baby ain't had no. We ain't. But you know what Nina did do? You know what she did? She was the one in the wrong. So
come on, guys.
Drew.
Come on.
We have seen this movie play out before. Okay. Like, I just don't get it. So then, Andy, I had just thought about that when I read it. I ain't put that in my notes that it was the past. I was just like, wait a minute. He just came back to me. Like, wait, I saw this before. I see this. I know how this works out. Drew, I hope y'all had a prenup. Anywho, Andy asked Ralph, how was the Vegas trip? He said it, it was just for business. They bring up that the information that was dropped off at Sheree's house, the text messages, of course, Drew believes Ralph was behind that as well. He acts as if he's not aware of what messages they're talking about. Now, I will say, it has to be Drew. I mean, it has to be Ralph. But in the off chance that he's being set up, then it was Drew. Whatever. Because who else would have copies of our text messages? Or
maybe it was Ty.
Depending on, I was just going to say, but you would have to look at the text messages to see whose perspective is coming from. Because you know how it is on my my messages are on this side, your messages are on this side. So whoever messages is on this side, if those are Drew's messages and these are Ty's, then it had to come from Drew's household. So either me or Ralph took a picture of these. Now, if it's Ty's messages and Drew, then it came from Ty's side, came from Mimi. Okay, Mimi was like, here you go. But either way it go, he act like he don't know what his messages are. He like, he ain't. So he gets to reading the messages. Andy asks Ralph if he's accusing Drew of being with multiple women and stepping out of their marriage. He's like, yes. She brought Ty to my birthday party. And then he heard rumors. He's seen evidence because, the streets been talking. I said, oh, you been talking to Mama Joyce. You and Mama Joyce been hanging out. The streets. He said the streets been talking. Drew let to be known that he just told her that he been getting blowjobs all over the world with her. And he was like, come on. He's like, I ain't. Listen to it. That sounds silly. That sounds silly. She was like, but that's what you told me. That's what you said. I mean, I was just talking crazy. So it was just like, now, Ralph, you don't try to make me look
I don't
stupid.
blame him, though, because he did say, like, I'll be going around the world. Like, he just went to Tampa and Vegas.
Like, Andy said, is it true? He said, come on, Andy. I ain't even been around the world.
But I just been to Tampa and Vegas and Georgia. If that's being around the world, yes. Every time I went to Tampa.
Being around the world.
Every time I went to Vegas. Every time I'm in Georgia, I get a blowjob. Not by my wife. But being around the world, like, no, come on. It's 50 states in this world.
No.
Not even in this world. 50 states in America.
In America. He told her that. But he told her that, but I was just being silly. I was joking. Now, that sounds silly. And I'm like, but you knew. But it's one of the things where it's almost like you set her up to say, like, you knew that she was going to say that probably. You knew she probably was going to bring it up. So now you want to be like, now listen, I ain't say that. You knew I was just joking. Now, I don't care even if I was joking. We are not in the best place.
Not at all.
We are in divorce.
We would never be in the best place for you to play around with me like that. Not how rocky we been.
Listen. What did Mel say? When I was like, this is giving Jasmine, he will not be breathing anymore. What are you're not about to, no, I don't, we in the best place ever. Don't you ever joke to me about that. Like,
this is not a game, okay? Because I will chop it off.
Whatever. Oh, just stupid. So then Andy brings up what Courtney said about him adopting Drew's son. Now, this is the only part of the reunion that I definitely agree with Ralph. I think I agree with him even the season before when they were talking about her adopting his son or him adopting her son or whatever, because they had shown that his dad had got out of jail and his dad was trying to be present in his life. So it's like, he doesn't need to be adopted. He has a father that wants to be his father. So it didn't make sense to me that, like, maybe if he was still incarcerated and there was no relationship or whatever else, but this man is not in jail no more. This man has shown, Ralph said that he has a dad that wants to be present and he shows up, whatever. It's not like he wants to be present. He wants to be present. He's showing up for his child. So why would I step on that man's toes? Whatever. He was just like, I would not want to do that. He said the only reason he see for adoption is abuse, abandonment, or death. And I said, now, Ralph, you got some sense about you now. Okay? You got some sense about you. I definitely agree. You don't need to adopt that boy. So I don't know why she making it an issue or why. Well, I ain't gonna say she making it an issue. Like, it shouldn't be an issue. So then they asked, like, can they reconcile? And Drew said that she would love to, which made me feel like they gonna work it out. She said she would love to, but he doesn't care about her feelings, and he has broken her heart every year that they have been together. And then she gets emotional, and then Ralph was like, "Girl, you acting right now?"
She was like, "Am I? You called my bluff? I don't have to do this. I'm gone. I was like, maybe she was.
I don't do this. I don't take this at home. I'm not gonna take it here. Okay, you're not gonna talk to me that way.
Be like, girl, but for real though, like I really can't tell if you was acting or if you was for real.
Girl, we don't know. That's why Marlo said 80-20. Listen, I don't know what happened when I don't know. Drew that good of a liar and actress. I don't know what I saw. You know, she might have just been close in the girl face talking. She said that's what she was doing. That's what she might have been doing. I don't know.
She needs to get. I need her to take a lie detector test.
And the lie detector test revealed that was a lie. This deception indicated. Okay. So then she gets upset. She leaves the stage. Behind the scenes, she sees that she's with her sister, and she's asking why Drew won't tell them about the PI. She said that she don't want certain things to air on TV. I will say throughout the reunion, she was saying little things like she didn't let certain things be known or certain things be said or whatever. So it does seem like to a certain extent she does respect her marriage, where she wants to shield things. Mm-hmm. Because she hasn't always like even whatever. Well, if she got anything on him, she hasn't necessarily revealed it, because clearly she said the sister said she got a PI and some information from the PI, and she didn't want to share that. So it does seem like, I don't even know if it's the marriage she respects. It might just be her kids. Yeah. You know, I don't want my kids to see this, whatever. So I will say it was kind of janky that, I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about Ralph not going after her? I'm conflicted.
So if he would have went after her, she still would have dissed him and told him, leave me alone or whatever like that. It would have showed a little empathy, because she just got done recently saying that you said F her feelings and stuff like that. So at least you could have showed that empathy, that you do really care about her or whatever like that. But you already crossed the line when you said you could have just let her have that moment. Even if she was acting, you could have just let her have that moment. But I think that stirred up the pot. And if he would have went after her, it just would have caused more drama. And I honestly think that he wasn't on here to even argue her, because y'all can argue at home. Y'all live under the same roof. So I really think that he just came on here just to say what he wanted to say,
get his
and go
narrative
about his business or whatever.
Yeah, because he was very respectful. I mean, like, he didn't raise his voice. He didn't do. He was very much.
Now that I think of it, I don't think he ever raised his voice. Like, he think everything is a joke. So it's like it's hard to take him serious when she's serious enough for both of them. So it's just kind of like, if he would have went after her, it would have been a disaster. He didn't go after her, so it's still gonna be a disaster. So it was dang if you do, dang if you don't. So I just got irritated about when Kenya felt the need to talk to him, and I was just like, girl, don't insert. Yes, because I was like, don't insert yourself in this situation. Like, you need to have your conversation with your husband. Don't talk to this lady husband. Like, you're trying to portray everything that's happening similar to what's happening in your relationship that you still can't get a divorce over. And you trying to insert yourself that you're Drew and that Mark is Ralph or whatever. Yes, it's probably triggering, but keep your mouth shut. Like, Ralph and Kenya not even cool like that. So it's just like, keep your mouth shut about this whole situation. Oh, why you didn't go after him? Because I didn't want to. Like, I don't need to go after her. I said she was acting, and that's what she doing. She acting. She don't do none of this stuff at home when the cameras ain't rolling. So no, I know my wife. I'm not doing this junk with her. No, she's acting. So,
and I feel like too, if he would have went after her, if you're gonna come after me because you care about me. If he did come after her, it would have been out of obligation. Just try to make himself look good, like you said. And then it wouldn't have resulted into anything good, whatever, unless it was like real genuine. Like, if I'm genuinely coming after you, we can genuinely try to resolve this. But if it was a genuine resolution here, we wouldn't be where we are now. Like, we wouldn't have, so it's like, it's one of those things where when Kenya had said, like, are you gonna go after her? And I was just kind of like, I mean, I can get the question. At the same time, if he went after her, he wasn't gonna go after her because he wanted. It would have been one of those. Let me go, like like
Mhm. And then
he
she
just
would have
would have
watched
been.
it again, and then she would have got mad all over again. Like,
Mm-hmm. Like, so you didn't even want to come after me? Like, it just whatever.
like I said, dang if you do, dang if you don't.
Well, I will say the only thing that made me mad because he stayed on stage and then because I think Andy was asking him and he was saying like, I do care about her. He was like, I care about Drew. I care, and I always got her back and whatever else. And Andy was like, do you? Because it don't look like it don't. We don't see that. Like I don't look. This Stevie. I'm Stevie Wonder today. Okay, because we ain't seen that. We ain't. So I think that's where. I guess I should have asked it after that question. I mean, after I read that, because that's where I was conflicted. Because you're sitting on the stage and you're saying, "I care about her. I want, whatever." You're professing your love for your wife, yet you just called her an actress. She walked off stage, and you just sat there like, "Well, we're still filming." Yeah, we still here. Okay,
because he know that lady.
Like
He know that lady. Like, I can see, and I'm definitely not trying to take up for Ralph, but I can definitely see him.
Oh, we know.
We can definitely see like
nobody's taking up for him. Like
I can see somebody saying like, I really care about this person, yada yada woo, and really meaning it. Like, I really care about this person. I really support this person, but my support and my care looks different than what y'all portray of what a care in a person looks like. Me running after her, that's not showing care. That's showing fake. That's me acting now because I'm not finna run after her or whatever like that. Like, no, like I'm really trying to figure it out. Just like when they was at the house when she I didn't
when everybody got to crying.
No, when when everybody got to crying or whatever, because he was like, she ain't called me no B. Like, what? Why I got it? And then she was like this, and then she just get up and leave or whatever. And he production told him to get up and go into the back in the kitchen and talk to her. Like, he would have just stayed in the room. Well, actually,
production didn't tell him to do that. He was just trying to. He was just trying to get to his room. Right. That's what I was like. He was just trying to get to his room. Got caught right back up in it.
He was going to his room. Here? God dog it.
He was going to his room. He's like, oh, they got breakfast. So then he went in the kitchen to go get breakfast. And then Allison was like, what had happened? And then he was like, oh, his sister tripping. You know what I'm saying? But everybody called her a B. You didn't call her a B. So I don't even know what the problem is. Then they got started again. And he was like, dang, I should have just went to my room.
Right. Could have got your plate quietly.
I should have sent one of the kids for my plate. And I should have just went to the room and said, go get me a breakfast plate. But now he know.
Oh my
now
God.
He know. Yeah. So like you said, Kenya ended up chiming in after that. Because after Andy was like, well, it don't look like that on TV. And so Kenya chimes in and she lets it be known that it does seem like he side with her enemies, whatever. So she was like, Courtney got all this information on her. So, that had to come from you or whatever else. So, I did say in this scene, I did feel like Kenya spoke her opinion very well with Ralph, and she kept her composure. So I will give her props on that because she be getting mad and she be escalating and she got to match some. I mean, granted, Ralph's energy was low, so
exactly
her energy
she matched it. So she didn't have no reason, because if she would have got hyped, then he probably would. Well, I don't even know if he would have got hyped or whatever.
He probably would have been like, man, shut up,
like, dude, like, shut up, like, go talk to Mark, like, you know what I'm saying? But I get it. He would have got petty. What she was trying to do, but to me, it felt like it wasn't needed. Like, just shut up, like everybody else is. Everybody else said shut up, or they went to go check up on old girl. Like, one or the other. Just sit there until she come back, or go chase after her, because Kenya, that so-called your friend, why you ain't chasing after her? Like, she doesn't want to see me. She just got done saying that she ain't got time for me and stuff like that. So if that's your friend, go run after her and holler at her, because ain't nobody else gonna go over there. Candy definitely ain't finna go in there, because she gonna be like, nah, you still, we're still not good.
You ain't finna call me no liar.
Okay.
You ain't finna, we just established that. No, we are not good. Like, absolutely not. But I don't know. It was just, like I said, I could see how Kenya could be triggered, but like you said, it still wasn't her place to say anything. She could have just been quiet. So then Andy announces that Drew is going to sing a new song, and he asked her, what's the song about? And she's like, well, yeah, I wrote this. Did you say she wrote it? Or she said it had, I don't know. I think she did say she wrote it. Okay, so she's like, I wrote this. Yeah, me and Ralph were going through or whatever. He's like, okay, what's the song called? And she was like, it's called Threw Us Away. And I was like, oh, not threw us away. Whatever. So then she gets up and she sings her song. And she's singing. She look at Ralph. And Andy was like, is she singing it to him? Is she Andy deserved an honorable mention this reunion because that baby, he had little quips and stuff like that. He said, is she singing the song to him? Like, is she, I don't. So, it was kind of awkward because she talking about breaking up, and then they keep hitting in on his face, and he just sitting there like, I'm like, y'all don't. Like the backtrack,
what did they
the sound sounded good. She crying.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, girl, you could have sang this song. You could have been like, that's all right, y'all. We gonna just listen to the song. Because I'm not going to get up here and sing. My voice cracking. I mean, she didn't sound horrible, but you could tell wasn't at 100%.
Right.
Yes. So, whatever. So then the song is over. Kenya whispered to Candy, like, it's going to be awkward at home. You know, it's going to be awkward at their house. You know, whatever. So everybody was talking about how awkward it was. Even Andy, like, she come back or she sit down and he's like, yeah, so it's a little awkward. Like, okay, whatever. So then we didn't do a husband segment, but like we stated earlier, there was no need for no husband segment. It's only Todd and Ross at this point. And ain't no point. It's like, okay, so even if, like you said, let's get Drew out of there. There were 6 women on this panel and only 2 of them have husbands. So it's like, wait a minute now. That's another, they're going to have to revamp. They're going to have to get some new people up in here because people, real housewives, wives, like we need some more wives in the mix. Okay. Some of y'all going to get demoted down to friends. Marlo might still be able to keep her peace because she's in a relationship. Okay. She got Scotty. All right. I might be on my way to a wife. Candy might get to stay. Sonya might get to stay because, you know, she got this baby now and her whole new family dynamic is changing with the baby and then the family moving out and all of that. So that might be a storyline, you know. So Sonya might be all right. Sheree, you ain't got no man.
And every man you get ain't good.
Yeah, Drew, she might get to stay because she gonna have drama going on with the divorce and
work it out. They gonna work it out.
Yes, somebody I'm missing. Kenya. Well, Kenya, she just messy.
Well,
so
she's still married, technically.
I don't see her. And she's still married because she ain't never getting them divorced. They need to just keep their money at this point. Right. So yeah. So anyway, no husband segment. It's over. They do a toast. Good night. For some reason, he said Sheree is the positive one of the group or something. I don't know. I'm like, why Sheree get to get the toast? Did she not just do a whole pamphlet on Candy and on her business?
Like the shade. That was all the way negative. Nothing positive came out of that.
I'm like, what? Okay, but anyway, she gives a toast. She wants all the women to be able to get along and love on each other and all that other good stuff. Okay. Andy toasts to health and healing. And then that was the end. We're done. It's over. We are finished.
Thank the Lord.
Ain't he good? All the time. And all the time he is good. Okay. I'm trying to think something else that Candy has said on Speak On It. Because she had Courtney. Like I said, I saw the episode with Courtney. I really wanted Candy to be like, girl, ask Courtney if her and that man is together. They messed around before. Because I mean, like I said, her energy around Ralph does not give me, this is my cousin's cousin. It's giving me like, I want this man. Like, and even if they never did anything, I'm going to give Ralph the benefit of the doubt. Even if nothing has ever happened, she got a crush on him and she want him, whatever. And it's like, this is my time, whatever. I can jump in there. But maybe Ralph, he just like drama and maybe he's still trying to make it work with Drew. Because when she was like, he was like, well, you filed for divorce. And he was like, yeah. And then what did Drew say? Something about only because he knew that I was talking to a divorce lawyer. He was like, why does it matter? Like, why does it matter who filed first? Y'all, it's already petty that y'all both filed. Like,
right? Like, why
isn't the whole purpose of us just to? Yes, we could just be okay. You filed for divorce. They come talk to me. We both agree that a marriage is not to be resolved. Like, that's in the paperwork. It ain't got to be just because he petitioned. I think it's probably just a pride thing. Like, oh no, he didn't leave me. I left him.
Be
Like,
like, y'all, for real, chill.
get it. Y'all
Get a
better get
grip.
like Tia and Corey. Okay? Listen, Tia and Corey said, we don't want to be together no more. All right? We just gonna
Did
dissolve. And they
they?
still cool.
They still? Did they finalize?
Hey, girl, they've been divorced.
Mm.
They've been divorced, but they're, they, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen, oh, yeah, I think that, they co parent and everything else. But I mean, it wasn't no, rush to whatever. I don't even know who filed because it don't matter who filed.
Mm.
Like, we both just agreed this marriage ain't for us no more. You heard that, Iman Shumpert and Tiana Taylor
Girl, I
been
was just
divorced?
about to say that, like, girl, and then I seen Tiana talking about some. I was like, no, 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 wait a minute, like, y'all been separated for how long?
Mm-hmm. But she said, she was like, we letting y'all in the group chat for a little bit. She's like, y'all didn't know that we were separated because y'all not in the group chat or whatever. But now y'all know. We let you in for a little bit. Now you out. Get about our business. But I mean, I can respect that because it ain't everybody's business.
But to
Whatever.
me, it's like, don't tell us nothing then. Like, you
But she
didn't have
said the
to.
rumors was getting out of control.
So,
So people were talking. So let me just set the record straight. It is true. We are separated, but we agreed to this. Whatever it was, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I feel like
girl, I would
if
have been, I
it's
wouldn't have told them nothing. Let the rumors go. Okay. Yep, I
that's true
heard that they
too.
did this. Okay, yep. Because if you're not gonna care about the rumors, or you don't want nobody in your business like that or whatever when you're a celebrity, which I don't get. But if you don't want people in your
Especially when
business,
they had a TV show. But I think
exactly.
at the end of the day, it might come down to whatever, because we don't know what the rumors were. So my assumption is, it's stuff that eventually you don't want your kids to grow up and see certain stuff. So, maybe it's just best to just nip it in the bud now before it get too crazy. Because I don't want my kids to come online and be like, oh, it said daddy was doing XYZ and mama was doing XYZ, and it wasn't true. And we could have nipped that in the bud if we would have just said something sooner. So let me just say it now so nothing else gets out. And we can have a healthy co-parent happy relationship. Because I'm watching Insecure again, and when Molly found out that her daddy cheated on her mama 18,000 years ago, she had got an attitude with her daddy. So I'm just saying, you got to make stuff, listen. I said, now, Molly, girl, you is in your 30s,
Oh
number
my
one.
gosh.
Your mom and daddy been married for 35 years. This man cheated on her, I don't know how long ago. And you talking about what daddy cheated on mama? Daddy cheated. Girl, doesn't matter. They still together. Your mama wanted to stay. She loved that man. Love his dirty drawers. And they still together and worked it out. The mama said, he made a mistake. He made a mistake. It's fine. We still together. See, Tiana don't want that. She don't want her kids later on talking about
Girl.
something. Daddy did what? No.
Be like,
Daddy ain't did nothing.
and
Okay.
did
We was
what?
good.
What you gonna do about it? You gonna fight him? You gonna fight him? What you gonna do?
But I mean, whatever it is, it's been common knowledge all our lives. So I mean, it get tricky when you.
Because it's some of that stuff that he was doing in the shy with that light skinned girl. I was like, they they got something going on for real. Like, that's why I could not be an actress, and Aaron could not be an actor.
Absolutely not. I'd be thinking about that too. Like, absolutely not.
It wouldn't work.
Don't.
It just wouldn't work. I even if I was on set with them, I'd be like, mm.
Who gotta watch that? I'm not watching you kiss on nobody, touch on nobody, do nothing.
Girl.
I don't care if it's fake. I don't care if it's 50 people in the room. No, cut, ma'am. He hasn't even done anything. No, because the way she looking at him, I feel like you think it's more than what it is, ma'am. This is not. Can we get double stunt double? Come on in here. Look alike, Brian. Come on, Jarvis, Brandon, somebody. No, it can't be Brandon. Brandon got finance. Jarvis, come on. Oh, he got the tattoo. Cover that up.
Makeup artist, come. Hurry.
Do what you got to do. Because what you ain't about to do is that, ma'am. What you thought you was gonna do? No, my husband. We're gonna be like, you know what, sir? That's all right. We're just gonna write you off of the show. It's okay.
I'll be like, that's fine, because I told him not to take this job anyway.
I told him to take a job where it was implied. Okay, implied. Like, man, they're just kissing. I don't care. Implied. Go in for the kiss. Cut the scene.
Cut the scene. Y'all better go somewhere else. Y'all better do a what Drew and
Drew and Toya.
What Drew and Toya did?
You better just talk real close. Because what was that? Oh, that was on. It was on Psych. Yeah, it was an episode of Psych where he was liking on Juliet. Y'all, we all on topic, but he was liking on Juliet at one point, and they were talking real close. He was talking to her like this, like and she was, she said something like, "Are we gonna kiss or whatever else or something?" Cause he liked her, she liked him, but they were professionals. They didn't do anything. But at one point, he had did this like he was thinking, and it was like his lip touched the bridge of her lip, like, yep, no, I don't think so. And then he pulled back, and I was like, oh, like, y'all can talk real, but I don't even want you talking that close where your lips touching her lips. Just
Okay.
listen. Hey, cut. That's it. All right. Get on up out of here. But yeah, I mean, relationships work out, they don't work out. I honestly feel like Drew and Ralph, I don't know. I could see them working it out.
I definitely can.
I think, I feel like if Drew, it's going to sound sad because I don't even know if she would work it out for her own good. I feel like she would work it out for a check in terms of like, I can still be on this show. I can. I'm like, I feel like she'll play like, okay, let's, whatever. Let's let's work it out so they can have another season on Housewives of them going to mediation or whatever else. But I don't know their life. But I definitely think that they both be gaslighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Very toxic. Sure. Very toxic. But all right, y'all, we're going to get up out of here. I am going to pray for their relationship, whatever they decide to do, because they got kids involved. They in the same household. So, to my knowledge, they are still, whatever. So maybe, I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know what's going on. Because remember her dad had passed away. So hopefully he was there for her in that moment. Maybe that could have rekindled a spark or something. But I don't know. But all right, y'all, we're going to get up out of here. We will holler at y'all. The podcast come out on Friday, allegedly. We ain't record that yet. So the podcast supposed to come out on Friday. So hopefully we'll do that. But we'll see y'all then. Ta-ta!